Hello. Welcome to the Aligned Space Co. If you are ever looking for divination, tarot and oracle readings, of course, I meant to say I'm a divination practitioner, a wise counsel, so I provide these things as well as mentorships, life coaching, advice, and the list does go on. Right now, we're going to be doing a collective live reading. Okay, let me turn my brightness up a bit. So, matter of fact, it's fine. It's just going to stay like that. Okay. Now, this song is called Make It Right. It's by Lekan. It really all depends what energy this is, but I'm not going to be too specific. If it's new people, it's new people. If it's people from the past, people from the past, honey. So you take how it resonates for you, okay? Okay. I'm going to use this deck. We got the oracles and tarot mixed together with a love deck. Seven of Swords and seduction. Temptation could be significant. Third parties. Being selfish. You or someone else. Take the messages how they resonate for you. This is not a personal. It's a collective, so it's not for anyone in particular. If you want to get on the list for your own personal message, I have $60 readings. $15 to $20 questions. If you cannot afford my prices, donation-based is accepted, which is anything that you're able to afford and led to give. You can reach me at thealignedSpaceCo@gmail.com. This video will be uploaded to my YouTube. All right. 5 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Somebody is lying in the bed that they made for themselves. Whether this is, it's some type of karma, consequences of one's actions. This could be self, this could be others, right? Somebody could have been mentally defeated, needing some type of mental relaxation and or peace. Someone could be in solitude. Someone could be depressed. This is someone who's usually very energetic, passionate, takes charge. Someone dependable. If this is not talking about someone's character traits, it can also be encouraging to take charge. Build some type of structure. Thank you for double tapping the screen. You were somebody's fairy tale, picture perfect dream, whoever this message is for. Or you could be attracting the one. Someone could like you as well. You could have a crush. Father figures are significant. Aries energy. Somebody could be a fire sign or have these placements. Somebody is very drained to the point to where if you're being encouraged to create some type of structure, be your own authority, be in this divine masculine energy, somebody's pretty much drained and tired, but they're pushing through. They're very resilient. And I feel like that's because they know they got things that they need to handle. Somebody got to do it. This your life, and we have to take, responsibility for our own selves. If we want to go places, if we want to have things in our life, or whatever the case may be, right? Or at least this is how somebody is looking at something. So somebody could be at a crossroad. Choices, opportunity, decision. Somebody could be in separation from someone, or taking a break, or being encouraged to take a break, especially some type of rest. Somebody is literally physically drained and mentally exhausted. And this could be due to some type of defeat that they've experienced, right? Somebody could have been getting evicted. Somebody bills are past due. Somebody's depressed, right? This could be your energy. It could be others. And this could, however it applies, is karma at the end of the day. And this doesn't have to always be deemed as. So this could be people, like I said, made their bed, now they have to lie in it. Whether it's you, other people, you can be a good person at the end of the day and still receive some type of karma, because we have free will. And sometimes we don't really be making the best choices. Okay? So that can lead us in, going through some things. But lessons are just as grand as blessings. You live, you learn. And a lot of times this period won't be here for long. It could feel long, but I'm just basically saying the sun always comes out to shine again. I don't like how that tastes. Butterflies could be significant. Blue insects. I'm seeing on this cup, it says happiness grows here. Bees could be significant. You can't probably really see the letters like that, but someone could be because I seen seduction earlier with the 7 of Swords. Somebody is just overall not in really the best energy. Whether it's you, someone else, and this puts them in spaces of, for some, lust, the devil. And it's like when people are in this energy, this space, it's very important to be mindful of temptation. I feel like temptation is heavily surrounding someone's energy, or a manipulative energy. Maybe even bondage. Capricorn energy out here. And some facts. Two of us just can't be tamed. Somebody needs to go ahead and surrender to some solitude of peace, or to solitude, peace, whatever the case may be, due to some type of defeat that they've experienced from people, circumstances, whatever the case may be. Take charge, rebuild this structure. This could be what you're already doing, even while physically drained. Help yourself by providing some type of peace, especially mental peace. That could be not overthinking, getting out of your head, forcing yourself to get out your head. Okay? That could be releasing things that are just too draining and stressful, and you know, whatever the case may be. That could be getting more rest for some. Thank you. The mirror is here. Yeah. Introspection is significant. It says relationships reflect our wounds. Whether it's the people we connect ourselves with, or how we show up in relationships. You may not see this yet, but you are headed towards calmer waters, which is peace. Maybe that's what you're going to be creating for yourself. This has been a very long, slow journey. The Knight of Coins out here. You could come off, or whoever this is regarding, or this could be other people. Someone is coming off as hardworking, consistent, responsible. Maybe this is the energy you're attracting. Something about, what's that called? Flaggers. I believe this is a flagger. Something about construction. Excuse me. Working in a routine type of way. It could be encouraged to be consistent, responsible, work on something like your mental health, stability, structure, maybe some type of self-work. Two of us just can't be tamed. I love you. King of Cups. Somebody could be emotionally intelligent, a non-toxic masculine, okay, emotionally mature, compassionate, or somebody could be encouraged to approach something in this way. This song is called All Over You by Rowena Fisk. Her name is spelled Rowena, and her last name is Fysx. Somebody have a unique name. Got the sun on the back of the deck. Leo energy, happiness, pregnancy, illumination, positivity. Little do y'all know, this is something you probably don't see yet, but this is what's here, coming, whatever the case may be. Ooh, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Because if this is talking about two people, literally two people, these are literally individuals who are like a match, compatible. It's not going to be one of those situations where you're connected with somebody who's toxic and you're not toxic, or a person who's emotionally immature while you're emotionally mature. It's like one of those situations. But this Queen of Cups could usually be talking about mother figures being significant, especially in the upcoming events. We could talk about a person who has empathy. This could be talking about one's intuition. This could be someone who has compassion, would give the shirt off their back. Wow. It's giving divine masculine, divine feminine energy. After a period of turmoil, toxicity, incompatibility, etc., we got Leon Thomas coming on saying, answer your phone. I'm trying to talk to you. Like, has your heart turned to stone? Have you lost sympathy? And it's crazy to be asking somebody who's literally compassionate and shows empathy, etc. So apparently, look, and he said, I know I let you down. So that's the thing. Let's take accountability here, okay? Let's not gaslight and, point the finger and have a pity party, talking about I just might die if you don't answer the phone. Go on. Go on and die. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Okay? It's too much for whoever this is. Okay? Luck is in one's favor. Now, if this Queen of Cups is not talking about someone's energy characteristics, which it is, it can be encouraged to operate in this energy towards a situation. Talking about have some mercy. However, somebody, you gotta pay attention. Love me some Leon Thomas though. But when you hinder a person, you hurt a person to the point of possible no return, or to where they just need a break, y'all in separation. You got to give people their space, their time, etc. Time heals all wounds with this Knight of Coins here. But at the same time, with this devil energy out here, this is really giving toxicity, bondage, trauma bond. It's literally giving low vibrational energy. Or heavy desire, sexual desire, temptation, different stuff like that. It's not really the best energy. Okay? And we have the Chaser on the back of the deck. It says Chaser in a codependent relationship. Fear of abandonment issues. So maybe this is somebody, it's like this runner-chaser dynamic. Codependent individual or people in a relationship got abandonment issues, or they fear abandonment, whatever the case may be. Fear being left out in the cold, all this other stuff. And it's like, hey, you made your bed, you gotta lie in it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. People are not robots. You do something, that's just what it is. That's just the consequences of one's actions. Even our own selves, you know. We turn around and we so mentally defeated and all these things, and it's like, gotta be mindful of who you connect with. If you're connecting with people who are toxic, don't take accountability. Be ready to probably be disappointed, you know. And why even put yourself through that type of stuff to be disappointed when we already know the outcome? It's like 1 + 1 is 2. You know what I'm saying? Emotional intelligence and emotional immaturity, 2 separate people. You come together, one person is going to be doing majority of the work, you know, whatever the case may be. Maybe some people want to, maybe some people don't care to do, but a lot of people are just incapable of showing up in a certain way because that's just not the energy that they possess. People need time, healing, work, all this other stuff. Then here you go with a thermometer in your mouth, or you know, your body is attacking you on the inside like an autoimmune disease because you out here stressed and a whole bunch of other stuff. Sometimes you just gotta surrender. There was a lack of trust. There was mental defeat here, betrayal, underhanded behavior. I feel like somebody approached the situation in the Queen of Cups energy or King of Cups energy. Some being loyal, supportive, a friend. Really somebody's wish fulfillment or a 10 of Cups. But sometimes people, you know, they fumble. I thought that was this, it's not fair. How you just gonna take off your clothes and sit right there? That's another song by Leon Thomas. It's called Not Fair. Look, the sun came out again. This is in the tarot. The other one was an oracle card. Success, optimism, openness. Damn. Somebody was literally top tier. Husband, wifey, material. But just connected with somebody who just... And it's crazy because this same individual feels that somebody was wifey material, husband material. It's like they felt that, they seen that emotionally, etc. But like I said, when somebody doesn't really know what love is, how to treat someone, they still learning the basics. They got serious work to do, because a lot of times people don't change overnight or in their lifetime. Some people be 80 years old and they pass away in the same energy they was in at 30. Okay? At 18. Paradigm by Avara. Paradigm is some type of pattern. Okay, we got 911 on the clock. It's August 8th. It's a Saturday. I feel like this Queen of Cups is going to attract the King of Cups. This King of Cups is going to attract the Queen of Cups. But maybe y'all don't really see this coming too much just yet, because you're still dealing with whatever experiences you was already navigating. The throat chakra is really significant, and this is really irritating me. This is really irritating me. Okay. Somebody could be easily irritable, and I just feel like that's because, you know, they're going through whatever they're going through. This is a time to pour into self. Wow, 234 angel number. And this is all wands energy. 4 wands, 2 wands, 3 wands. Celebration, community, unity, personal power, moving forward. embracing change, heavy on the moving forward. So somebody could be moving forward, even though they still may be going through whatever they're going through emotionally and mentally and everything else. They may be tired as hell, but they're still moving forward, taking the initiative, you know, to get themselves out of a tough time, out of a cycle, out of whatever the case may be, which is pretty grand, pretty lovely. Earlier we talked about blue butterflies, or did I say butterflies and then blue insects are significant? But Lulu put blue butterflies in the chat. Then, yeah. Being in this with you being, whoever this is, them being in this 9 of Wands energy, just keep on being resilient. Keep on being resilient, because you're gonna keep on moving forward. It's going to pay off. It is going to pay off. Somebody is standing in their personal power. Somebody could be burning things. I'm seeing a marriage certificate. They burning that. Cord cuttings could be significant. Okay. This drink is so tart. Okay. ADHD could be significant. Okay, we got the strength coming out. Somebody is overcoming certain things, getting back in control, feeling back in control. This is someone who's courageous, or maybe you're encouraged to be, courageous and brave as you move forward and, navigate these tough times. Because when you look at things for right now, everything, it just seems like a whole bunch of problems and this and that. But when you actually pay attention to the details, or even the bigger things going on, somebody is really healing, moving forward. Taking the initiative to create some type of progress, or break some type of pattern or cycle, or come home back to themselves. Whatever this is that someone is building, it's like successful, because with the 4 of Wands here, it talks about being able to build, because something is being built on solid foundation. 4 is tied into stability, right? This talks about celebrations, different things like that. Okay. Celebrate the small wins and the big ones. You'll be surprised who don't celebrate the big ones, because maybe they don't probably realize it's, that's what it's giving, or whatever the case may be. But yes, Lulu. We got lightning here. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Damn, the Tower. Because this is an oracle card for lightning, and I would imagine it being the Tower card in tarot. And then you got the actual major arcana Tower energy coming out. There's a type of sudden change, as someone is being strong, courageous, pushing through. There's going to be some type of sudden change, or maybe that is the sudden change. Now, the Tower energy usually can tie to upheaval, destruction, catastrophe, right? All the things that most people probably don't want to hear, but it really just can also signify ego deaths, and of course, whatever is being built on faulty foundation having to come, having to tumble down. If something is built on faulty foundation, it's going to come tumbling down anyway. Cupid's arrow. Have faith that love is coming. I'm seeing something is going to be a surprise. I'm literally seeing surprise twice. Something is going to really catch somebody off guard. Okay, I'm seeing an invitation or meeting here. Possible hesitation. Being in this strength energy, somebody is going to really have an epiphany, or they're experiencing a transformation, or there's going to be some type of sudden change. Different forms of sudden change. Something that's surprising, shocking. Maybe this is going to be something that feels good, feels great, and there's going to be another surprising event, possibly, or something that came out of nowhere or whatever. This could be a person. This could be situations and circumstances that one did not expect. But it really all depends. Somebody say, I want to kiss you all the time. I gotta have you. All right, we got the 9 of coins here, which is usually talking about self-reliant individual or independent wealth, or whatever the case may be. Okay, we got sunglasses here. Somebody could be shopping, honey, or somebody could be watching someone, stalking someone. Especially because somebody took back their power and they started detaching, coming back home to self, possibly even focusing on new love and new relationships. So, just like in psychology, this makes people 10 times more attracted to your energy and more pulled towards you, because when you're not giving people the time of day, when you show little to no interest, it's like, damn, why they not talking to me? Why they not showing me, this and that bad? It makes people want to talk to you even more, pull towards you even more, whatever the case may be. Thank you so much for the gift. Somebody in that bag, they in that self bag. And people are watching, people from the past, new people, okay? You're receiving what you need. I'm not sure how these things align up, whether you guys are currently experiencing this or will in the future, because readings can be timeless. But I'm seeing progression here, arriving, moving on. Maybe there's some type of closure issues here, but maybe this is a one-sided thing. Maybe it's like, or maybe overall there wasn't closure, but somebody is still moving forward, and you have the other individual who's having a hard time releasing, hard time with closure, whatever the case may be, but somebody is still like moving on, moving forward, or whatever the case may be. I know most definitely love, especially romance, could be significant. King of Coins in the reverse. Yeah, somebody materialistic, greedy, corrupt. Yeah. Possibly dead inside. Suffering. Maybe they don't really show this as much, or maybe this song is called Stand On It by KWN. or K1. What's this king of coins? Earth sign. Somebody could be an earth sign. No. Feel like somebody just didn't have the best influences within money, within relationships, within life overall. I mean, we all have our fair share of different things that we experience, but that's just not inconvenient, but dang, I can't even think of the word. Somebody is losing. It's something going on with somebody's finances. Losing everything or having to get everything back. This could be anybody, even good people, you know. Sometimes there's thieves or you lose things because maybe you need, you know, you have to learn a lesson financially. And it's not to say you're being picked on individually and it's like, I'm going to teach this person a lesson. Kapow! No, it's more like we have free will. And sometimes we just be making certain choices that probably aren't the best. And then we learn from them eventually, right? It's something like that. I feel like somebody is not even having regrets though. Somebody's like living and learning, taking things with a grain of salt. The Wheel of Fortune came back out. I feel like some luck is on somebody's side, regardless of how the wheel is turning. We got twin flames on the back. Somebody spoke about twin flames earlier. I don't really know how I feel about this whole twin flame thing, so I didn't really know how to respond to that. But twin flames on the back, it says yin and yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Okay. We all have different ways of viewing things. Some people feel like twin flames are karmic relationships. Other people feel like they're not. So I guess it's really all based on what you've learned, what you believe in, because that's most definitely going to be how you see things and view things anyway. The sun again. Sure. Reward, pleasure, flattery. Thank you so much for the gifts and for double tapping the screen. Oh my gosh, we're at 16.9K. Thank you. In other collectors, we be stuck at like 1K or something. In some of them. Sometimes we do make it up to like 20K and everything like that. So thank you guys for double tapping. We got the mask coming out. It's coming out in reverse. It says not showing true feelings. Pretend, delude, gaslighting, hide, personify, delude, if I didn't say that already. Now, with it coming out in the reverse, either you can still take it in upright, or you can look at it as the complete opposite, or in a more shadowed aspect. Welcome in, welcome in. This is a collective. Please be sure to only take resonates. Okay? If you guys want to get your own personal message, the list is open. I'm doing pay what you can readings, which is anything you're able to afford. Not sure. Yeah, there could have been some type of cycles, living and learning experiences, karma, whatever the case may be. But I feel like somebody could be in this space of making progress, evolving, letting go of the old, possibly even making some type of large purchase. So somebody was doing some type of saving, and now they're going to be able to spend that bag. Alright, a relationship is evolving as well. This could be a relationship with self, others, okay, especially to the next phase. So that it's just a relationship evolving to its next phase. Alright, somebody could be healing the inner child, or it could be encouraged to. And I'm seeing growth here. Somebody could be experiencing some type of abandonment, feeling left out in the cold, feeling alone, dealing with some type of financial hardship, whether that's they can't really find a job, there's no money coming in, whatever it may be. But I'm seeing endings and new beginnings here. Powerful movement. Somebody is learning certain lessons and they're not willing to experience the same things again. Whether that's financial situations, whether that's relationships, or whatever the case may be. Slowly but surely, somebody is making progress. There's growth. Okay, there's change. Endings are bringing about new beginnings. I feel like somebody had to learn things the hard way. There go wedding rings in the back. Yes. 11:22. Funny. Yeah, somebody could be being strategic. Somebody could be being very strategic. Now, this shit ain't for the weak. This ain't for the weak. I'm speaking to some strong individuals. But things are coming to light. Okay, we got the dragonfly coming out here. Y'all could literally be seeing dragonflies. Okay, we got the wolf here. It says, be lighthearted. Finding out. Things coming to light. Adapt. Change. Heal. You could be in this energy, or some of these things could be encouraged. This is what's to come. Confirming things of the past. It really all depends, you know. You got to take it how it resonates for you. Everybody's situation could be different. Every message may not even be for you. Okay. Okay, now what deck do I want to use? Intelligence, beauty. Thank you for the follow. For double tapping the screen. Health here. When you see living, some people look at it as a path or a door. Okay? But one signify new beginnings. And other things. Spirituality. Connecting with something greater, whether through faith, meaning, or inner peace, is the definition for whoever made this card. Everybody's definitions will be different, but ask yourself, what helps me feel connected to something beyond myself? Okay? Transparency on the back. Really? We got determination here. Persisting through obstacles and setbacks to reach a goal. Ask yourself, what keeps me going even when things get tough? Because sometimes all you got to do is reflect and acknowledge, you know, the work you've been doing, putting in, how far you've come, etc. Because we already was seeing that some of you guys were already being persistent, resilient, you know, pushing through. Others of you guys, it could be encouraged. You know, maybe you could use a little bit more effort. Maybe, you know, whatever case may be. Apply how it fits. We got community, hope. Way too many cards, but we got growth here. We got honesty, intelligence, loyalty, wholeness. They got a yin and yang energy again. So these cards didn't come out for no reason, because it's literally in alignment with the spread that we already was doing and talking about. And transparency came back out again. Okay. Any messages here for the collective? Resourcefulness. Making the most of what you have through creativity and practicality. This could be encouraged, or this could be the energy that you're in. Okay? Now, ask yourself, how can I use what's available to move forward today? Okay? Work smarter, not harder. Help yourself. All right? We got efficiency. Right. And control. Make sure you do things that actually work. Okay? But efficiency is using time, energy, or resources in ways that minimize waste and maximize output. All right? Ask yourself, what's one area of my life I could streamline? Okay? People are popping fireworks. Why? Okay, we have control out here. It says having influence over your choices, space, and path. And that brings me back to that energy of when I seen that Emperor energy, when it talked about authority. And then when I had also seen the other energy, what energy was that? I don't know. I forgot. But literally, having influence over your choices, space, and path. Ask yourself, where do I need healthy control, and where can I let go? Yeah. This will save you a lot of heartbreak and, you know, disappointment and time. Okay. Games could be significant. I'm seeing a controller, a game controller. They look like a corkscrew with another attachment. Somebody is pushing through. Freedom. Making your own choices and living life on your terms. Ask yourself, where do I crave more freedom or independence? Domestic issues, insecurity, stagnant, no progression. That's the Empress in reverse that I'm looking at. courage. Facing fear and discomfort with bravery and action. Ask yourself, where in my life do I need to show up, even if I'm scared? Yeah, see, when you learn how to stand on your own 10 toes, you'll be good in any way, any area, any situation, any circumstance. Turning those weaknesses into strengths, you know? That could look like emotional independence, financial independence. It can look like in many areas, many different things. Somebody is determined, using what they have, making the most of what they have. Okay. Being efficient, taking control over a situation, or encourage you. Ooh, I see you so clear. Okay, I was getting a separate message from that, from what it can naturally be on its own. And that's literally, I'm telling you, just, you know how you see people, right? You're filled with depth, empathy, compassion, etc. Literally picking up on another energy who's going to come in, whether this is a platonic relationship, romantic, where this in the future, whatever case may be, right? Whether this is you providing this to yourself, it's like somebody's seeing you. You seeing someone, somebody seeing you. Because, you know, you always be seeing people. You always be operating like this and that. Whoever this energy is, it's like somebody's finally going to see you. But the thing is, that's wonderful. That's cool and all. Learn how to be okay with people who don't see you, etc. That's what I mean by standing on those 10 toes. Being in control of what you can control, and being okay with things that are outside of your control, and learning how to navigate those things as well. Right? That could be turning weaknesses into strengths. We got connection. So for some of y'all, it's most definitely going to be a connection for sure. But aside from that, feeling emotionally or spiritually close to others is the definition. Ask yourself, what helps me feel connected in a real and meaningful way? Some of y'all, that's literally relationships that actually feel emotionally and spiritually connected, emotionally safe, etc. Really the heart's desires type energy, not the typical, oh yeah, I want to get married and have the white picket fence. But it's more like, nah, I want to feel safe in a relationship. I want to feel, this and that, right? When you keep in mind the goal and everything else, you'll for sure make it to that finish line of where you want to be headed, instead of getting turned here and turned there and tempted here and tempted there. You have a goal in mind. You want relationships that you want to be in, that actually feels good, safe. It don't feel like you're doing all the work and everything else, and people not changing or people hurting you and all this stuff. So never leave you alone, baby, it gets real. Ain't no telling how you feel, but we got mindfulness and listening. People who are mindful listeners. This is really amazing And it's possibly because some of you guys possess this energy. Now, mindfulness, it says being fully present and aware of your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings. Maybe you could practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness helps you be in the present. All right, ask yourself, what helps me come back to the present moment? Now, with listening here, it says giving your full attention and empathy to others without judgment or interruption. Ask yourself, who in my life needs to be truly heard right now? Is it you? Is it others? Have you been in this energy? Right? Intelligence coming out again. Says valuing knowledge, understanding, and thoughtful thinking. Ask yourself, where do I feel most mentally stimulated and engaged? This is really a whole lot of ask yourself this, ask yourself that, reflection, this, that, self-analysis. It's really all that type of stuff. And remember, we was talking about that earlier before we even got into all these cards. Now, financial stability is here. Oh, okay. Creating security and comfort through smart financial decisions. You could be doing this, or it could be encouraged, okay? Now, ask yourself, how does money support or stress my well-being? Damn. Now, going a bit deeper into the stress energy, if this is you needing to heal your relationship with money, that could be being able to still be at peace, whether you got $2 in your bank account or $2 million, okay? Somebody needs to hear that. I don't know who. All right. Oh, what's this? Growth. Okay, because I'm about to get up and I'll be back. Okay, but it says continually evolving, learning, and improving as a person. Ask yourself, what lesson am I learning right now? Yes, because the thing is, sometimes you're already operating in these spaces, and it's really important to just acknowledge, because sometimes you can feel like you're just moving ahead, and then there's no progress, or being so zoomed into the 3D plane and its problems and issues that we create or that we feel or that whatever is going on, it makes it harder to pay attention or recognize those things, right? So when you do recognize or pay attention or acknowledge, the load gets a little lighter, you know? You're like, damn, that's all I had to do. I feel a little better now. Damn, all I needed was some rest. I feel a little better. All I needed was to detox, change my diet, release this person, heal, focus on the goal, whatever the case may be. Because I'm telling you, sometimes things be difficult, especially when you're trying to disconnect with people who you've been in a cycle with, a pattern with. It's just toxic. You want to move forward, connect with people who are more in alignment, compatible, whatever the case may be. When there's a trauma bond or when there is codependency, it seems like a lot more difficult. But as a person who's very resilient and who wants those top tier amazing things that one deserves, you got to pay attention to the goal in mind. You can't forget about it, you know. When you are in a space of weakness and everything else, like feeling alone and like all this other stuff, that's what makes it a little bit more difficult as well. That's how the temptation becomes even louder, okay? That's why I tell you, hey, turn your weaknesses into strengths, okay? Because it's gonna really, really help you. And maybe if you have children, it's gonna help them, you know. Maybe even if you don't, just spreading it to any and everyone. I wonder if this braid is visible that I cut. It was pulling on my edges. It's hanging by a thread. So I'm like, Okay, I'll be back. Infinity symbol. I seen this on this man's arm. It was like an X and another X. For some reason, I see two X's, but y'all probably don't see that. Probably just see one X. But I seen two. Okay, let me put these up. We can go all day with these. We can go all day with really anything. The message is going to keep on coming out. But, I forgot to set me a timer. Because I'll be going about 3 hours in the live. We need a good hour. And then get up out here. I don't know how long I was on here already. Okay. I said to have nowhere to go. I'm gonna just set it for an hour. It's 8 and I have a double X tattoo. Oh, you do see? I be like, I don't be saying everything that I be seeing sometimes for some reason, but let me try to find it. Oh, they popping them fireworks. Why? I mean, I don't think it's really necessary to find, but okay. Let me see. My screen kind of dark. Let me turn my brightness up. Let me see. My screen kind of dark. Let me turn my brightness up. Hold on. XX. Well, I don't know. You probably can't really see it, but you probably can. I don't know. Okay. I'll be back. Crazy. Yes, the images most definitely be significant, but... And this was the Emperor card I was doing earlier. Did you say it was on your arm too? Oh, you didn't say that. Okay. Okay, be right. This is a song by Kamari. It's called To Want Someone Badly. On your ear? Cute. I think I want to get ear tattoo. I don't know. Okay. Ugh, my dog be sitting right up under me, so I'm trying not to squish her with my chair. Okay, I'll be right back.
This is Jay Shetty, host of On Purpose. I sit down with influential voices across culture, wellness, and personal growth in this podcast created to bring you more health, happiness, and healing. Watch new video episodes on Spotify every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I just had a feeling this ad was gonna come on. You're my sweetest one. Alright, this song is called Sweetie by K1 and Riley. Okay. Alright, let's pull some of these. We got too good to be true. Maybe this could be how somebody feel. Nah, this the real deal. Okay? Or maybe something is genuinely given. Nah, bro, that's too good to be true, bro. So, take your time. Alright. Any more confirmations? These are confirmations. I possibly won't elaborate too much onto them. Apply them how they fit for you. Projections. Wow. Okay. Any more messages here for the collective? We got numb. Potential. New job incoming. Okay, period. Archangel Gabriel is out here. We'll get into that in a little bit. Outcast is coming out in the reverse. Maybe people trying to count you in after counting you out. Or that's what's going to be happening. You know how people do. You know how they do when they see you winning. Okay, now Archangel Gabriel is known for delivering important messages to God's people. Okay, Gabriel is a seer or a messenger. Okay, or maybe you could be of this energy. Gabriel makes messages understandable to people. I put understandable. That was when I was heavily saying understand or whatever. But makes messages understood to people and helps faithful and grateful for God. Okay, hold up. Makes messages understandable to people. Okay. I type makes messages understandable to people and helps. Oh, okay. And then we got hashtag faithful and grateful for God. That could be your energy. That could be what Archangel Gabriel represents. Okay. Welcome back. Health scare. It's coming on in reverse. We got I lie to myself and others. Damn. At least they honest. Mercury retrograde coming out in the reverse. We got awkward on the back and Archangel Raphael. Calibrate, which means carefully assessing or adjusting to take external factors into account to allow comparison with data. Literally, okay? I'm gonna explain a little bit more, but we got adjust, correlate. Correlate can tie to mutual relation where one thing affects the other. Now, carefully assessing, right? Dang. Hold on, let me turn this down because I can't think. Okay, so analyzing, carefully assessing, or adjusting, right? Shifting, whatever, to take external factors into account to allow comparison with data. And an example could be An example could be whereas somebody is taking a pause, slowing down, shifting something to take other things into account based on look I ain't got time to explain, okay? Because I can't explain for some reason. I really had it in my mind, but I can't really say it, so we ain't finna get into it no more. But we got miscarriage coming out. I was able to really give a great example because it's literally something that I was doing, but I didn't really want to give my own personal example. But I mean, so what I did was, instead of operating out of haste, etc., I paid attention to how I felt about something prior already, and look, okay, we got Archangel Raphael. Okay, Archangel Raphael is known for healing and guiding the faithful. Archangel Raphael restores, heals, and cures. Okay, we got hashtag the saint, hashtag protection, hashtag physical healing. All right, signs that you could be seeing, especially signifying Archangel Raphael, are green lights. Okay, as well as help healing broken relationships. Okay, a fresh appreciation of nature and new ideas on healing. Okay, maybe this is what you're coming into, what you've been seeing. Famous coming out in the reverse, so this is possibly the opposite of fame, or it could be infamous, or the energy still apply in this upright form. I said before that I may not elaborate too much on these because they're just like confirmations. All right, we got lack of commitment. That's coming out kind of sideways as well. We got two cards coming out together. We got intellect and Ariel. This is you know how we did archangels? But this, I don't believe Ariel is an archangel. I could have sworn Ariel was an archangel, but I didn't put archangel. So maybe it's not. Maybe they're not. But Ariel can signify manifesting abundance, prosperity, or fulfillment of material needs. Ooh, we was just tapping in with that 9 of Pentacles energy earlier. So you guys could be manifesting abundance, okay? Or fulfillment of material needs, etc., okay? Now, work with Ariel. Ariel is connected to animals, nature, and environment. The lioness of God, okay? The female counterpart of Archangel Michael. I keep forgetting it. Every time I read, I be forgetting that. All right. Ariel's color is like a pale pink. The abbreviation for Ariel is AR. It's coming out with intellect. And that was funny because remember, or maybe that was in the collective that I was doing earlier. And I seen the King of Pentacles as well as the King of Swords. The King of Swords talks all about intelligence. So with the finance and the intelligence there, it was given financial, being smart financially, or whatever the case may be. We got dumbfounded coming out with Libra, coming out with childhood places, with Angel Azrael, which is the angel of death. Sometimes male, sometimes female. Responsible for transporting souls of deceased after death and guides them in the afterlife. Okay, it supports both living and dead after distress. Wow. Okay, Libra energy. People who are Libra energies are born between September 23rd through October 22nd. Dumbfounded came out, which is defined as amazed or greatly astonished. And astonished just means surprised, okay? Surprise can be another word of impressed. Remember we talked about surprise earlier. We kept saying surprise, surprise, surprise. Oh. Okay, this tastes a little better than what I had it as earlier. Why my screen so bright? Now it looks too dark. Ooh, fake love. Optimistic. Then we getting a lot of angels out here. I gotta read all of it. Okay, it's cool. Angel of Beauty associates with roses. Helps you tidy up your spaces and beautify any part of your life. Archangel of Positive Thinking. Okay, cool, because I wrote Jophiel on here. Short for Joe, okay? But it's literally, I literally put Archangel of Positive Thinking. So Ariel could be an archangel. Even though I didn't write archangel. Okay? Now, Archangel of Positive Thinking clears thoughts or negative thinking. Okay? Jophiel is the beauty of God. Okay? Jophiel's color is fuchsia pink. Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, do I want to use these still? I don't know. Okay, I probably do, because I just seen miscarriage. It reminded me that these are confirmations, so. Genderless. That's okay. Because remember earlier we was talking about one of the archangels who sometimes is male, sometimes is female. You know, when you look at messages, you can look at messages in many ways, even in deep ways, intuitive ways, right? Somebody could be gender biased. All right, we got self-love here. Then I started thinking of, you know how men, certain men, right, could be known for being misogynistic. I haven't said that word in a while. It sounds most definitely incorrect, but I think it's correct. So I was getting this energy. It's like opposite of that. A man actually having respect and love and etc. for a woman, rather than hating her guts. Okay, it's same for a woman who's possibly what's the one for the, I don't know, I forgot. But it's like the same with that as well. So somebody could be healing their trauma that they have towards the opposite sex. Oh my gosh. Country. Somebody could have an accent. You got nonsense. These are confirmations. We got shapeshifter. That doesn't have to be in a negative way, by the way, but take how it resonates for you. Remember we talked about that karma energy. Okay. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. It's coming out with justice. Ooh, we in a business. We got non-circumcised, uncircumcised. Ooh, baby mama. I think I want to match. Nah, I pulled too many cards. I'm probably not going to match them. Okay, we got March coming out. March is significant. March, people who are born in March is Aries. Somebody else. Okay, we got falling in love. Fantasizes about you. We got twin flame energy. There go that shocked energy again. We got mirroring again. Okay. So a son is significant. This is a child. or someone's child, even if it's a grown person, okay, it's just saying like a son, all right, we should tell them, what's this about? These are, mind you, these are confirmations, so you already know what these messages are pertaining to. All right, we got old lover or exes, mommy issues. Somebody have mommy issues, okay? People who are significant are coming out in the spread. Could be old lovers, exes. All right, somebody was like, we should tell them. That could be you, somebody else. Maybe third-party situations going on. Something is coming to the light. Remember, we picked up on that coming to the light energy. All right, we talked about the mirroring energy earlier. Shocked energy coming out. We got falling in love. This most definitely could be confirming things that have already happened. Somebody already has fallen in love, or somebody could be in this space of just falling in love all over again, or this could be like a new situation, something that somebody hasn't experienced just yet. The month March, once again, is significant. All right, justice was coming out with don't save them. They don't want to be saved. So what I was getting from that was the energy of, you know, you can look at this as a good thing. When people reject you, or people are still, whatever the case may be, you can look at that as like you know how to be like rejection is protection, like similar to that. But confirmation, stop trying to save every damn body, okay? Stop trying to save everybody, okay? Heavy karma. I like how I wrote this. Okay, shapeshifter, shifting into different things, versions of self, whatever the case may be. Somebody probably talking some nonsense, or something is nonsense. Hold on, I'm supposed to be matching these up. Okay, we got the baby mama out here. Somebody could be a baby mom. Somebody could have a son or a child, or somebody's son is significant. Somebody is non-circumcised. Okay, we seen miscarriage earlier, so somebody could have a living child, or they could still be, you know, somebody's baby mom, but they probably didn't have the children. You know, they had miscarriage or whatever the case may be. My condolences, you know. All right, the country, significant childhood places, okay, outcasts. That came out in reverse earlier. We got lack of commitment. I'm steady reading these out. I'm supposed to be matching them up, but it's cool because it's way too many cards anyway. Oh, remember we was talking about the infamous energy? There it is. Feels like I owe you for all those years of happiness you brought me. This is by Sabrina Claudio. It's going off now, but it's called I Owe You. 11:11. Okay, it's 10:11 over here, but we got potential, huh? So, okay, these are so many cards. Archangel Raphael, Jophael, optimistic, projections. I'm curious though about this this healing broken relationships one. Archangel Raphael, help healing broken relationships. That's interesting. Because, you know, some people believe in cutting people off permanently. Get your toxic ass out my life. Don't come back. You this, you that. You know, so when I seen that, it was just like, it was interesting. Oh my gosh. We got aunts coming out. What I was about to say after, oh my gosh. I was about to mention, I'm trying to see if I want to mention it, you know? Like, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, it's no big deal, you know, it's pretty, like, you know. God, I am tired of this. I understand. I get it. I get you for real. Okay, we got peace. Water energy. Listening to others. Sometimes you can't be listening to every damn body, okay? Because now I'm getting reminded of the projections energy. I mean, sometimes it's fine, you know? Because remember, we had the listening card earlier, and it was like, somebody just scratched me. So it really like all depends, you know. Ooh. I just seen diagnosis, and earlier we seen health scare, but health scare did come out in the reverse. But for some of you guys, it could be in the reverse. For others, you guys, it's most definitely not. Okay. But it's okay. Okay, we got 1, 2, 2 here, and 1, 2, 3. No need to worry, okay? Okay, any more confirmations? My stomach hurts. We got the 3D plane. Okay, I'm about done. I'm about done with these. It's an abundant amount of them, so it's kind of, my stomach already cramping. I'm hurting here, irritated, but I'm fine at the same time. I don't know how that works. Okay, we get the social life energy. Okay, it's time for some tarot, man. It's time for did I pull tarot? Oh yeah, I did, but I was pulling them. I mixed the cards together with 2 other oracles. Sometimes I forget stuff. I straight be forgetting things. It's just a psychology or a psychological thing, because when you go through like a lot of trauma, I literally was telling, you know, a couple people, like, I don't remember my life. And 2 people hit me with that, you always say that, stop saying that. I was like, I'm never sharing anything with you again, okay? But I'm always talking and running my mouth, so I probably do still share. This tahine. You think you do have ADHD? When I looked up borderline personality disorder, I was like, oh my gosh. But I mean, I feel like with healing, acknowledging certain things, you know, people always hit us with the labels, okay? I don't know how to feel about that. But I mean, depending on how you look at things, I guess it's fine to, you know, look at things in a certain aspect. But I mean, I be trying to like let people know. I don't feel like, you know, we have to always look at something as irreversible or, you know. Damn, 30 minutes went by quick. Okay, yeah, that I'm gonna pull those oracles, y'all. When I was seeing this therapist, how I talk, I be talking, and then I hop into something else before finishing whatever I'm talking about. And then next thing you know, I be forgetting what the hell I'm talking about. And she was like, do you think you may have ADHD? Girl, you tell me. Okay, you the therapist. Okay. But I'm like, you know, like, girl, what you think? Okay, let me know. Let me know. Because then maybe I'll feel a little better. And I'm like, oh, okay, just going through something mentally. Like, but I don't feel like we have to look at these things as bad. Because me being an individual who I am, who's pretty much, I mean, I like to look at myself as stable, you know. But it just don't give unstable, you know. So I'm like, damn, I just lost my train of thought. I meant to use the other tie for. It's fine. We're not going to be a perfectionist, okay? Okay, I'm really about sick of my hair being. Where my it just keep getting in the way. Oh, I'm supposed to be using these. Okay, I probably use these, but I was thinking of the other deck. Oh, my deck here. Literally, where is my deck? It talks about I can't even really put into words what it talks about, but it kind of goes in the line about, you know, like it talks about, dang, it's like I'm thinking, but I'm not thinking. But I'm thinking. But it talks about different things, like what holds people back or interferes with people being able to connect, be in relationships and stuff like that. Because, like I said, it was very interesting with Archangel Raphael. So this is most definitely not the deck, but I wanted to use these too. Oh, is it this? I'm confused. No, this ain't it. This for sure ain't it. But it's still most definitely pretty, you know, because it says we got awareness here. Okay, thank you for double tapping. Okay, it says distracted or filling life with other things.
When you shop online with Kroger, you'll find more than just real savings and real gold. You'll also find the dependability.
Maybe that's because of how aware somebody is, or maybe this is encouraging somebody to, you know, see something, be aware, instead of in the space of being distracted or whatever the case may be. It really all depends, especially with these keywords on the side, because it says look for love, and then it has a comma and it says dating. So I'm giving you multiple downloads, okay? But we have unsure, okay? I most definitely didn't ask a question before I pulled these cards, but it says questioning past actions and current decisions. You could be questioning your own or someone else's past actions. Therefore, maybe even just take how it resonates, okay? Now, this is time to doubts, okay? It needs time. Literally, talk about time healing all wounds. Okay, we have Sweet Home. Looks so cute. Okay, thank you so much for the donut and the finger heart. And for double tapping the screen. It says making a good home life or settling down. We talked about that. Look, it says marriage, lasting love. Okay, choosing wisely. Ooh. Okay. Consider long-term issues before you commit. This is time to wait. Compromise. Trust. Ooh, there go those roses. Okay, what's on the front? Because for some reason, it's ever after. Oh, okay. Aw. Now, this is time to long-term. All in. Invest. All right. Having the fortitude to create a lasting love. Now, we're going to get a little bit more because breaking free. Getting out of a situation or being on your own now. It ties to freedom and independent. So that brings me back to the energy of forgiveness doesn't mean access. Because remember we was picking up on that energy where the archangel was helping broken relationships or something of the sort. And I was like, But something could be healing and everything, but it doesn't always have to mean, oh, this is going to be the person who I still end up with, or, this and that, or whatever the case may be. Everybody's situation is different, but okay, let's see. This deck usually clarifies love situations to help you make informed decisions. So these past loves, these exes, okay, we're going to start with them. Card pull to clarify the situation with the collective's ex. Okay, it says first blush and hidden desires. So with first blush, it says soft whispers of affection make love bloom. This ties to gentle, romance, tender. Now, with hidden desires, there's someone else or a fantasy that's unfulfilled. Okay, it ties to secret, tempted affair. Okay, some of you guys, if you are the individual who put people in the third party, then of course apply that to how it fits. If you know that that's not you, it's possibly talking about the other individual or both of you guys. So for some of y'all, an ex was like your first, it says first blush. Could have been your first love, first person who you really felt like you had a crush on, or it really all depends. Maybe you were teaching some things to this individual. Maybe you were learning certain things in this connection. There could have been someone else. Or some fantasy that was unfulfilled. Alright, be mindful. A lot of you guys have more than one ex. Okay? So take the messages how they resonate. Alright, what's okay. Clarify this new love energy, this soulmate energy. Beyond compare. It's coming out in the reverse. It says comparing new partners to past experiences. Okay, we got fresh take and better times. So towards this more aligned relationship that you possibly haven't experienced yet, this will be a more healed connection and relationship. Little to no insecurities. Ouch. Okay. Someone who you possibly will be getting a home with, or going into like that next step. Once again, mind you, timeless reads. You can see this message today have a whole different situation going on compared to if you see it 5 years later, and then you can apply that same message to a whole nother situation. Readings a lot of times can most definitely be timeless. So keep that in mind, and also know that every message may not be for you, especially when we're doing collective messages. Now with this energy, tell me more about this person. Interesting. It's most definitely a contradiction here. Yeah, you can come in with the same way that you was navigating other relationships. This person is nothing like these other individuals who you were connected with. Some of these other individuals who you were connected with, it kind of took you out of your feminine energy if you're a woman, and kind of put you in that masculine energy where you tried to dominate the relationship or the connection. Maybe because of some type of insecurities, maybe because of the way that the relationship was like going, it kind of pushed you towards that like energy. Maybe y'all was connected with somebody who needed to operate more in a masculine energy so that you could be in that more feminine energy. But whoever this is going to be somebody who don't play them type of games. Okay? Oh my gosh. Because I just thought of something, but I don't know if I want to say that. Because do that sound toxic? Just throw the whole uterus away, okay? Like, oh, okay, comparing the partners to past experiences, wanting to dominate or control the relationship. This is interesting. Because either this divine, either it's not a divine union and you just have free will, so you're just going to try to make it work with people, or this is a divine union, but somebody is still coming into the connection in a particular way, you know? Oh no, two of us just can't be tamed. Alright, in terms of their family, messages in terms of their family. Okay, in terms of family, it says keep pedaling. Ties to venture, explore, and forge. It says move ahead despite any obstacles that arise. Clarifying love situations to help you make informed decisions. Pulling a card in terms of your family. Move ahead despite any obstacles that arise. Any more messages in terms of their family? Build a strong foundation with combined effort, okay? We got united, lasting, stable, coming out with sturdy support, okay? A lot of y'all, I was really thinking family, like, by blood, but maybe this can even tie to family by... All right, in terms of love life, we got doing what it takes to keep the passion alive. It's coming out in straight reverse. Nobody trying to keep none of that alive. Somebody like, fan it out. It don't matter. Bye. Get out of here. Hold on, because it's not funny, but it is. It very much is. Okay? But it's not. Okay? So, renewal, romance, care. Okay, so this most definitely could be talking about a romantic relationship. It doesn't have to just be tied to that, though. But some of y'all are really, like, not doing... okay. Not doing what it takes to keep the passion alive. Why? Why they no do? Shit. It could really be lack of trust, because I don't see lack of love. I don't see lack of love. Alright, messages for the collective. To clarify love situations to help them make informed decisions. We got love wings in the reverse. It's time to divine, devotion, and ascend. It says, put aside differences and soar to the next level. Did this card come out in reverse? Oh my gosh. I don't even know. So we're going to just say it in upright. Why do I feel like it came out in the reverse? Probably did. I don't even know. Interesting. She says, don't save me, I don't want to be saved. Earlier we was just talking about don't save me, you don't want to be saved. And sometimes when I do messages, I really be on team collective side, because you know I'm team me, and sometimes I feel like the collective can resonate with me, you know. So sometimes I speak from like a certain place, but I have to remember, be biased, you know, because a lot of times, you know, that's why I also be like, it could be your energy, it could be others, and sometimes I try not to specifically say, oh, collective, and just say someone, right? Because it could be anybody. Dang, where was I headed with this? Oh yeah, don't save them, you don't want to be saved. That could really be some of y'all. I don't understand why though. Maybe because it's not me. But you know, because you know your own life. So if that's not your energy, you'll kind of be like, huh? So because me, if it was me, you know, I'd be, you know, it'll probably be me trying to save a motherfucker instead of me needing to be saved, you know. And then that's interesting, because sometimes you don't really realize certain things, you know. Because I could be sitting here like, I do the saving. I don't need to be saved. Whole time, need some help, okay? No. And that, you know, I'm an open-minded person. Okay. It be like that sometimes. Find romance, caught up in a whirlwind of emotions and promises. Navigate the delicate balance of give and take. Thank you. This song is called Reflection. It's by Jamelia Berry. You know, this is quite interesting, because I know people talk about twin flames, and when I was coming into, you know, different things, I first learned about numerology. My sister put me on to numerology. From there, it's like anytime I looked up an angel number, it always hit. I'm like, damn. So I eventually learned about astrology, and then from there like 2022 or something. I was on live on TikTok. I was on TikTok and I seen people on live. It's in today's time, it's a lot of people who do readings on live. But back then, it wasn't many people doing tarot readings on live. So when I seen it, you know, me growing up as a religious girly, it's like for some reason I thought tarot was evil, voodoo, this, that, child. And it's like out of nowhere, you know, because my mom, she ended up passing away. Let me give you the rundown. My mom, she ended up passing away 2020 of October. So when I didn't have like the type of support that I felt, you know, I don't know, I just felt I didn't have a support from family and everything else. And it seemed like that type of relationship, you know, because I used to, as a young girl, I used to feel like I had like the best family in the whole entire world. But it's like when my mother passed and I didn't really have that support, and it kind of seemed like things were like odd and a bit, you know, different. You know, it kind of pushed me, I just seen the word solitude, so maybe solitude pushed me towards solitude, right? But I always still be welcoming people with open arms and everything like that, but it's just something that just didn't, it just felt, I don't know. But overall, that's the different things that I was coming into. I feel like that's what made of spirituality. So I was hearing other people who were of spirituality and their beliefs. So I felt like that their beliefs was just the end all be all, you know, because growing up religious, you all like follow the same thing. It's like the same thing, okay? You believe in Jesus, son of this, hell, heaven, you know, you pretty much believe in the same thing. So I thought it was going to be the same with spirituality. I thought there was a certain way or whatever the case may be. And after a period of cognitive dissonance and other things, I just be like, you know what? Maybe I misinterpreted spirituality, okay? Maybe I feel like other people who were spiritual, like their spiritual beliefs, maybe that's what I took on as spirituality, whatever the case would be, right? Now, where was I going with this? I don't know. Okay, but when my mother had passed, I never really, it was like unspoken that I disconnected from religion. I didn't really think about that, you know, until me and my sister, because she started getting deeper into religion and I started like kind of coming out. So she ended up saying something that was kind of rude, okay? It was kind of rude. And that's when I was like, well, that religion stuff is false. I don't know, I said something like that. And next thing you know, it's like something shifted in my brain where it was like, boom. This is how you feel. This is what it's going to be. So next thing you know, I don't know. Where was I headed with that? Why did I start talking about this in the first place? This is why I need to write things down, okay? It's like I'm trying to think, but my brain don't want to. I'm trying to see where I was going with this. My mother. Oh my gosh. I was about to be talking about something. I need some help to help me remember. I don't think I'm done with these, but I'm gonna put them to the side. You said your mom has, yes. Are you just asking, or are you trying to help me remember? But yes, I said that. I'm just trying to see why I said all of what I'm saying. Are you trying to help? Okay, thanks. Or that's what started to talk about religion. Yeah, I'm trying to see why I mentioned religion in the first place, spirituality in the first place, my mom passed in the first place. So it's a little bit more before that, but it's thank you. I know I'm actively doing a reading, so it was something. Hi, I think you were telling us how you got on your spiritual journey. Okay, thank you for the heart, me. But like, why would I mention that? Because I feel like spirituality. Okay, yeah. So I was saying what I thought. What was spirituality to me? I can't remember. But I know I was saying what was spirituality to me. I'm trying to see what was the point of saying all that. This is why I dislike forgetting things, because I be having to make a point and then I can't even finish it. It'd be so important. Thank you for the gifts and for the help. Yep. Self-love. What I wrote right there. Oh. Regard for one's own well-being and happiness. Okay. See, this is when I need to not do a collective and just be pulling, cards, not like a collective. Because what I'm seeing here, literally what I was just talking about, but these also can just be completely separate, okay? But angel number 59, angel number 101 is here. It's almost like, oh, we reached an hour. Well, a little over an hour. Yes. That's what I'm saying. But do I want to share that? Okay. Literally somebody's judgment being modified. This could be one's truth, or this could be something most definitely that's a projection. So inaccurate. It's almost like, well, I'm going to live like this way because this is how I'm supposed to live it. Versus, and it's like wholeheartedly believing it too. Then it's like this other energy to where it's kind of like difficult to walk in that space. I'm seeing internal conflict. Because courthouse came out, right? And courthouse, that can tie to court case, legal proceeding, and judgment. So mind you, I had already had a download in my head. And when I seen this judgment coming out with this change, what can tie to alter and modify, it really confirmed what I was thinking. When I had seen self-love and false, almost like this space of, well, I'm operating in a form of self-love, but is this truth? Is this false? Are you operating in a form of self-love? And I don't mean it in the most basic way possible. It brings us back to projections. I think I was talking about twin flames earlier. Oh, nah, that probably wasn't it. I'm still trying to remember what I was talking about. But Enamor had came out in the reverse after this, which usually ties to being filled with admiration or love. And then after that is animosity. I can give this message in many ways, but I guess me having my own personal experiences as well, and own way of taking the message how it can resonate for me. I had seen something that I could take personally for me. So I didn't know if I wanted to share that or just remain biased. I saw the light. Intuition. I know earlier we was talking about the Seven of Swords, and then seduction had came out. Because I know all of that is still significant with these messages. And I mean, there's no specific way to read something, but I still want to just go back to what I was talking about earlier. Okay, just be mindful of maneuvering in a way that may be untrue or inaccurate. Okay, that could be a download for someone in particular. If it don't apply, let it fly. Okay, I'll just give that message. That's why intuition is coming out. You see messages, you hear messages, but at the end of the day, the intuition, it's like that inner compass right there. You need this long late. I need you, don't be late. I need to do financial readings, career readings, other things. I think I'm getting a bit more I don't want to say organized, because it's not that I'm disorganized. It's just that I just be doing general messages whatever comes out. But I want to get back into doing zodiac readings. Yeah. See, I'm gonna have to see. I just need to write things down. And also how I do readings, because I be like too much with the thoughts. I gotta do readings specifically with where I am mentally. Like ask questions before I pull cards and other stuff. I mean, I never really did cards like that before. Well, I probably did. I don't know. But sometimes I just pull and then, the message comes about how it comes about. And it'll still be accurate that way, but sometimes it just be like a lot for my mental. So I prefer to like do it a particular way. Man, I can't even remember what I was saying. I'm still stuck on that, which is crazy because usually I kind of feel a little way for about 2 minutes and then I'll be done with it. But I feel like it was something I really was trying to say, and it just sucks. I just can't remember. So I brought all that stuff up. I'm trying to see why. Okay, tell me more. What is the collective? What is the advice for the collective? What are they needing to see and know, especially in the space of confusion, uncertainty? Ooh, I'm feeling chest pain. Sadly, okay. I hate sharp pains, especially in chest. Okay, gifts, sideways, objectability bestowed upon someone. Where my pen and paper? Because I need to write things down. I just be forgetting every doggone thing. I didn't forgot the question I asked. I think I had asked the advice or something, especially in the space of uncertainty and everything else. I think it was advice. Oh yeah, and what do they need to know? Okay. What? Get out alive. If y'all believe in invisible forces working with you, not against you, angels, whatever the case may be, you're being once again guided, and it's like your spiritual team could be like betting on you. As you do this life thing. Throw it in the air. Oh, that made my stomach feel a little better. I don't know if it's passed over loved ones or what. Okay. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know? Maybe how the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles is coming out. The Ice Queen, Queen of Swords is turned to intelligent, rational. Okay. Also somebody who has went through a lot of loss, hardship, that's how they are able to be in this Queen of Swords energy, which is an astute individual. Okay, very like has good discernment. Okay, and everything like that. The rich girl, Queen of Pentacles, is coming out as well. Time to prosperous, discipline, abundance, other things. Okay, and then the other card that ended up just coming on out was faith, complete trust or confidence in something or someone. Ooh, and then when I finished reading that part, it's like, now I can say this. Okay, so let me just do my first download, which was, what does the collective need to know or see, or whatever the case may be? And that will basically be your worth, how talented or amazing that one is, how prosperous, disciplined, intelligent, whatever the case may be, that one. And it brings us back to what I was saying before, how, you know, acknowledging certain things. This could be in any way, any aspect. All right. Now, so far as the complete trust or confidence in someone, this could be having this in yourself. You know, sometimes we be our worst critics and we underestimate ourselves, or we don't give ourselves a lot of credit or acknowledge it in the first place to really be able to sit in a certain energy or space. Now, usually when you get the court cards, which is the people of the tarot, it could be signifying people, defining one's characteristics or personality. Okay, we got that out the way with intelligent and whatever case may be. Now, aside from that, it can also be encouraging individuals to operate in this space. So as far as what does the collective need to know? Yeah, I get the same download. I got the same download with that one. Okay, because I was picking up on a different download, but the original one came back to my mind. Okay, what does the collective need to know? I feel like overall it's to really have faith. And earlier when I was saying that energy, I believe gift had came out and it was coming out sideways. It ties to an object or an ability bestowed upon someone. And then after I read that, I thought of, damn, what was it on? Something. Follow me. Have faith in your ability. Gifts. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be saying what I was forgetting. So it was this energy when I had finished reading that. It was given this sense of what does collective need to know as far as complete trust and faith, which is their ability. Yeah, if you weren't, you exist for a reason. The obstacles and the challenges, it's like being able to overcome anything or whatever the case may be. No challenge is too great. No experience is too tough. I mean, it's tough, but it's not to the point to where it can't be like you can't surpass, overcome. You know, there won't be triumph, whatever the case may be. And that's any situation. Healing from heartbreak, going through certain relationships, even being in the space of uncertainty. So just piecing back up the whole message in its entirety. Seduction was a thing. Okay? Trust wounds, trust issues, betrayal, strategy, defeat, being physically drained, exhausted, and also mentally exhausted, needing peace, especially mental peace. I know we got into love a little bit, but I feel like that main message just comes right back to self. And it's this whole thing about, and then yeah, we did pick up on one making progress, one still being determined, pushing through, being resilient despite the challenges that they're currently facing, previously faced, whatever the case may be, and acknowledge how far that you have come. Whatever chapter or season that you're in now, the sun always comes out to shine again. You may not see this just yet, but peace will be experienced. Keep moving forward. Have faith in yourself and your abilities. You are someone who is gifted. Maybe you need to engrave that in your head a lot more. You have ancestors, angels, past over loved ones, whatever the case may be, that are rooting for you as you navigate this life thing. You have archangels that are working with you individually and within your relationships, even the ones that didn't really feel so good. Okay. Now, as we know, our thoughts, beliefs, actions is what pretty much creates our reality. But I feel like in the midst of, remember that word awareness, in the midst of navigating life with a lack of consciousness, or what you feel like you're conscious about, whatever the case may be, and then I'm just seeing clarity. I lost my train of thought, but no experience, battle, situation, circumstance, whatever that may be, is too great, too tough, especially for someone like you. And it could really be anybody. But like I said, our thoughts, beliefs, all that sums up our reality. So somebody could really, that message could apply to anybody, but somebody could still be in the space of, they just don't see that. You know, they just don't feel that. And that's what it's going to be for them in their life, even if that's not the case, you know? Pay attention to how you're moving in a situation. Is it projections? Is it a false like character or way for you? Or is it your truth? Every message may not be for you that I have said. Okay. Things take time. Healing, growth on your end, on others, whatever the case may be. But time keeps going. Life keeps going. Everything keeps going. Don't fall victim to stagnancy. Keep moving forward, as you are already doing. But some individuals, their situation could be a bit different, so still got to just throw that out there. Ooh, strength in the reverse. internal conflict, insecurity, lack of courage, indecision. Someone could be in this space. Now I understand why the other energies coming out. I'm trying to piece back up the message. You know, being forgetful, I was trying to piece back up, you know, what message that I had. Now the strength reverse. I was just seeing chakras and I seen occupation. On the occupation card is a picture of a doctor. And it's interesting, you know, take that message how it resonates for you. Excuse me. I'm getting at least 3 different ways of seeing that. But at the end of the day, when you hear a message, you see a message, you'll know how to apply it. I mean, sometimes I guess it's cool to possibly elaborate a little bit more to things. But sometimes it seems like I'm being way too specific, okay? But in the end, it turns out that people be, regardless, still resonating with that. So, but I know sometimes for me personally, I would say something specific, but then I realized I could take it in a less specific way. So that's why I was thinking of that. Anyways. Okay, I'm using reverse. Yeah, and I did a reading earlier today, and it was just talking about, you know, the first card that came out was the 5 of Cups. $11.10. This song is called Ready or Not. It's the rock version by Rakaya. Yes. Huh? You can, yeah, it's in the icebox. You can make it. Yeah. I'm on. Yeah, you can make it. I'm on live. Yo, okay. Look. I'm patiently waiting to give another message as such because, child, as a person who grew up religious, then came into spirituality, which I felt like I misinterpreted. Then the new perspectives came, and then the cognitive dissonance came. So I'm really like in a space where I'm like, do I want to say that? But I'll probably still say it. I don't know though. Like, I don't know. I just feel like in the midst of uncertainty, walking a path that may be new, unclear, whatever the case may be, trust your intuition. I don't want to project on anyone with my own personal whatever I got going on and everything else, right? Okay, what was I saying? This song is by Girlfriend. It's called Come Through. Oh, yeah. So, trust your intuition, okay? Beware of temptation. I feel like that message is still significant, though. Beware of temptation, whatever that may mean. Because I know I was thinking of temptation in a certain way earlier, but then when I had hit that new perspective, especially looking at the broken relationships, how the angel is helping ones with these, it helped me like look at something a little different. Because, you know, at first I was looking at it like, okay, I could see why everybody's situation is different. So for me, personally, I had one way of viewing something. And then when I had seen that other message earlier, it helped me look at it in a different aspect, which pretty much would change the reading. But, so before I like try to share a message, I want to make sure that it's actually a message of divinity, rather this guy right here, okay? Especially with this moon energy out here. But at the end of the day, take the message how it resonates for you. It's possibly a bit difficult for me to try to say a message because, once again, your thoughts, beliefs, etc., it creates your reality. So when you already have certain beliefs and then you see a message and it kind of contradicts the beliefs or whatever the case may be, it kind of puts you in a space where you like, am I giving an appropriate message? Or am I giving like a message out of something else? But I mean, it's just perspectives. You don't have to tie it into the end all be all. Okay, it's just ways of looking at things. And I just realized something. And I'm able to realize this especially because I've just transitioned into different beliefs, experience, and everything else. So that's where I'm at. I would have interpreted a message. If you look at my readings, when I probably first started doing readings, or whatever the case may be, you will see eventually it shift over time. Because I was no longer in the place that I was when I first started doing readings. During the middle, and you know where I am in today's time. I wouldn't say it's difficult to do readings. I would just say I have a lot of different ways of looking at things. As a person who's already a mental girly, it'd be too much going on. But when I already came into a realization that sometimes you could potentially give a certain message that, well, I don't know. I don't really do that, though. I don't really be doing that. I know that it can exist, but I still be making sure I speak from intuition or from what I really just be feeling called to. But some messages, it's kind of uncomfortable to share right now. And that may be because I'm still getting clear on certain things with my own beliefs. Just like if I believed in twin flames at one point in time, but now I have a whole different perspective about them, it'd kind of be difficult for me to kind of be on a one-way, train about it. It'll kind of be like I can't really say something wholeheartedly because I don't know. I just came into different perspectives and everything. So okay. Any last messages here for the collective? This was one wild live reading. Oh, we got the Sweetheart coming out. Queen of Cups, compassionate, emotionally balanced. Okay, what about it? As we always know, it's once again a court card. It's usually talking about somebody's character, personality, a person, or it's encouraging somebody to operate in this space. Then after that, I'm seeing lack and poor. Okay, we got poverty here. That's what I'm saying. Some of you guys, you most definitely need to acknowledge, yes, most definitely need to operate in a space of self-love. Medicine, come, we got high honor, self-respect. Is what I thought of, especially coming after self-love. And then high honor is tied to integrity, righteousness, seen as respected. Okay, the military could be significant. Ooh, real love is coming out in the reverse. Most definitely in the reverse. I wonder why. Ooh, South Node. Low vibration. Low vibration. Being in the South Node energy could just mean instead of operating from a space of positivity, spiritual alignment, clarity, it's so operating in a space of fear, anger, being tired, okay? Chaotic, draining. Okay, this could be your energy, it could be others, because it also can tie to jealousy, resentment, poor boundaries, low self-esteem, complaints, blames. Okay, period. That's when you create the balance between things. Because whatever I was thinking of that I was kind of a bit hesitant to say, I see why I was a bit hesitant to say it, because you have to create the balance when you connect with certain individuals. Me doing messages that talks about forgiveness doesn't mean access or this and that. And when I started coming into like this other perspective or other way, I don't know, I just seen something in the reading and it gave me like a message, but it kind of was like a bit contradicting to what I was talking about before. So now I see why I didn't want to say, because it's like, what? So now it's like, of course you have to keep intact the self-love. Without the self-love, that's when it eventually turns into overextending, self-abandonment, this and that, whatever the case may be, right? Being in that space of drain, lag, etc., whatever the case may be, you know. Somebody is a sweetheart and people respect you, little do you know. But for some reason, genuine and authentic love is in the reverse. Why is that in the reverse? Why is real love in the reverse? Why is real love in the reverse? Because this could be literally a situation that's talking about unrequited love, or this could be a situation whereas this is how somebody feels about something. This is how they're seeing something, right? And confirmation with the Hierophant here. But I can understand why somebody is viewing something in a certain way. It could be due to some type of trauma or experience that they may have had with an individual. Yeah, now somebody is in this space right here. Confused, indecisive, whatever the case may be. So it's like, pour back into self. Get out of this. It would be really important to not show up in a, like with all this mental stuff, because remind you, we got the 4 of Swords. And then it was another energy we had, guys. So that's what really put the other messages together on. Oh yeah, the 9 of Wands, talking about the physical drain energy, and with the 4 of Swords, talking about the, needing that mental peace, or whatever the case may be. It was a lot going on. Needing that mental rest. So it's really giving this, somebody, okay, yeah. So I feel like whatever endings are going on, allow them to happen, because somebody is really not in the best space anyway. They're emotionally withdrawn, whatever the case may be. You, someone else. And it's like the best thing you can do is give something time instead of sitting in this energy. Now, being in that space, that's how things can get a move on. So maybe open yourself up to receiving the support that you've been giving out to everyone. All right, it's time for you to receive that in return. And maybe this won't necessarily be from this person, that person, that person, that person, especially in today's, well, as soon for a lot of you guys, this could mean just really pouring that back into yourself. Be mindful of self-abandonment. Be mindful of temptation. Now, temptation in what way? We got legal coming out. Wrong or right, legalities. Wow, the courthouse as well coming out. All this legal court stuff. So this could literally be a legal situation, or it could literally just be signifying like heavy on the justice, heavy on the, you know, tying into that type of stuff. So being mindful of temptation. Tell me more about this temptation energy. Be mindful of temptation. Oh, we got divination coming out. Seeking knowledge by supernatural means. I feel like one's mind needs a break. A connection needs a break. That's why it's currently at that point in time. Whether somebody is emotionally withdrawn or whether somebody is literally physically, they release someone, whatever the case may be. Allow the archangels to do their thing, the universe to do its thing, whatever the case may be. The best thing that you can do right now is prioritize what's important, okay? A lot of you guys, that's your mental and physical health, that's your finances, whatever the case may be, okay? That could be soul searching, going within. Whatever you know is like the main priority, okay? Now, that's also the relationship with yourself. I know you don't want to be alone. Virgo, Gemini energy out here. Taurus. Time heals all wounds. Somebody is not really connected to their... Somebody has really been encouraged to trust in their intuition. The Empress ended up coming out in reverse too. Remember I was saying that I was reading the Empress energy in reverse? It ties to domestic issues, insecurity, stagnant, no progression. Thank you for double tapping the screen. So somebody is really, with this High Priestess, being encouraged to trust their intuition. You know, that High Priestess energy can tie to the divine feminine, intuition, spirituality, which that card spirituality did come out earlier. It can also tie to emotions, amongst many more things. Tarot is very broad. There's so many meanings. I even be creating my own, you know. In the space of feeling disconnected from self, the intuition still remains. Being disconnected from people, relationships, life overall, this, that, going through the ringer, whatever the case may be, the intuition is still there. Now, sometimes you could possibly be in self-doubt and lack direction, all those things. That can still exist, you know, so that makes it a little bit harder to, you know, navigate or, you know, see what's your intuition versus what's not. Somebody's just overstimulated. So I feel like acting, operating in these spaces is possibly still going to cause more friction, you know. So whenever you want to operate out of haste, that can be a temptation. Be mindful. Whenever you want to decide to, you know, take some type of quick action towards something, be mindful. All right? Take the message how to resonate. Whenever you are lacking faith, especially within your own abilities and, you know, self-trust, whatever the case may be mindful of that. Allow your intuition, your inner compass to guide you as you're navigating life. Because a lot of you guys, you don't really see the things that are coming towards you. And it's a lot of good things. There's peace. There's happiness. There's moving forward. You have been resilient. The thing is, don't stop. Even in the space of indecision and internal conflict, you know, insecurities, lack of courage, which is that strength card in the reverse energy. Pour back into yourself. Queen of Cups. Fill your own cup at this time. Illness had came out. Remember the health scare energy we was talking about? This card is coming out. We got health concern. Some of y'all, this health concern is really internal, but it can also be affecting you physically, like your physical health. Like you could be literally headache, stomach pain, cold, flu, anxiety, back pain, infection, skin infection, different forms of illnesses, okay? But this can also be something temporary. This can also be something spiritual, emotional, you know? And then travel is here and it's in the reverse. What is the overall message here? What is the overall message? Wow. Standing your ground, being intelligent. This is how you're going to receive what it is that your heart's desires, what it is that was promised to you, which is fulfillment, happy families, marriage for a lot of you guys, a true love relationship. Equal give and take. Don't hold on to things too tightly. Okay? We low-key be giving ourselves karma, stressing ourselves out when all we have to do is let go. Okay? This person is trying to do all of this, put all of them down. Now your back don't hurt no more. Now this, now that, right? So it's like the things that you can do that's in your control, you can do what's best for you. And you can allow God and the archangels and everything like that work everything else out. Turn to things that are outside of your control. But other than that, things that are within your control, like indulging in your career, you know, building towards your happiness and releasing internal conflict and everything like that. That's the things that you can prioritize now. So what does that look like to you? Does that look like no longer abandoning self? Does that look like forgiving individuals and moving forward? Does that look like having, you know, connecting with friends or support systems or whatever the case may be, even if this means connecting with new individuals? Does this mean acknowledging how far you come or where you are right now, even if that's you experiencing emotions that don't feel too grand? Okay, I feel like the message kind of went how it went because I made me a little drinky drink. Okay, when I kind of chilled on sipping it, started calming down a bit, being a little bit more able to focus in on this message. So, but I mean, hey, I feel like the main thing, that could be it, but it also could be literally what we was talking about in the spread, the mental exhaustion and everything else. It's kind of like trying to read a book and do all these things, which is constantly using your brain for things, when you are in a space of needing to actually do the opposite. You know, rest, do things that don't really require using your brain. So if that's in a space to where you overthinking, except don't do things to put you in a space of overthinking, or, you know, whatever the case may be. especially when you're at a space of still learning how to navigate things, have faith, whatever the case may be. This is when you work smarter, not harder. You know, you work with yourself and where you are now. Remember, we picked up on that resourcefulness energy, using what you have or whatever the case may be. Then we picked up on the efficient energy. Okay, creating systems for you that actually works, okay? So it has nothing to do with holding on too tightly and doing the same thing over and over again. But it's more so in the space of what's needing to be gripped a little less tighter, okay? Let go of, release. We got disingenuous, untrue, inaccurate. The energy of false is coming out. This could be a false document. This could be somebody forging a signature. This could be some type of info, statements, or an agreement. This is something that's false. Maybe this is something that was unexpected, or it will be unexpected. Like we picked up before, a lot of things, we picked up tower moments. We picked up being shocked and surprised. For some of you guys, this is a good thing. For others of you guys, this is something that's a little bit more uncomfortable, and possibly something that you know, we wouldn't be on the, we probably wouldn't be like, ooh, I want to experience that, right, with a situation. This could tie to a karmic masculine. A karmic masculine enters your life to teach you difficult lessons, reveal wounds, and break unhealthy cycles rather than build a healthy divine connection. Okay. The distorted masculine energy, or the karmic masculine, is usually tied by karma, not destiny. Okay. It helps you learn lessons about self-worth, healing, and breaking karmic patterns. All right. Usually a karmic masculine is inconsistent, emotionally immature, a person who could manipulate, be jealous, have third parties, lie. Okay. And so that's what I was picking up on. It's like, don't allow the temptation to come in, or any of these things, because next thing you know, it's going to be distorting your view, your perception, your beliefs. The things that you're going to start feeling like something is the case, something is true, right? And it really all depends, because sometimes some things could be projections, but in other senses, it could simply just be your intuition. So that's why that energy was coming to the forefront. And I feel like that's honestly, you know, the message. Tarot can be given in many, many ways. But as a person who's a wise counsel, I have my own experiences and everything else. I honestly could see why this message will come out to be how it is. And that type of message was most definitely necessary to provide and help somebody, you know, look at in that type of way, or come across, so that they can have like a new perspective, or whatever the case may be. The karmic masculine is usually somebody who breadcrumbs, okay, strings you along, okay. They have very chaotic energy. They're not stable. This is something that's usually not aligned, okay. So whomever this individual is, this most definitely could be a false situation, or an ingenuine individual. But I feel like the archangels are stepping in and healing certain broken relationships. But even though that's the case, you still have self-love and self-respect at the end of the day. You still have free will and your own choices that you can make. And I feel like a lot of you guys, you're deciding to release individuals to learn the lesson. But some of you guys, maybe you were indecisive, confused, uncertain, or whatever the case may be. So just trust your intuition, and your intuition is probably letting you know that this isn't something that you are, like, maybe this is someone that you're being protected from. Divinely guided and protected from. Okay? This person could be evil eyeing you. This is someone you know. This is someone who's watching you. This could be your friends. This could be an ex. This could be family. It can even be strangers. So a lot of you guys, this could be one or more individuals, but can also be a karmic partner. Yeah, someone's stealing your time, money, and energy. You're being shielded from harm or ill will. Okay? You're possibly setting boundaries. This is possibly someone who is experiencing karma. Oh, that's the energy we picked up on earlier. Somebody was in this space of they made their bed, now they're having to lie in it. Now somebody is coming into some unexpected money. So I guess the situation, depending on how the wheel turns, it'll possibly be based on destiny, free will, whatever the case may be. So the wheel can turn any and every which way. But at the end of the day, it's like luck is on somebody's side at the end of the day still. Be mindful of manipulation, which is a form of control or influence that someone has over something or someone. This could be somebody who's clever, unfair, manipulator. Influences someone or something cleverly or unfairly. Okay? Be mindful of getting trapped in a situation as such. And then remember, we had talked about the other energy. It was like the control energy. It was like, ask yourself, where is it that you could benefit from having more control? Especially being the individual who makes the choices in your life. You know, we have our own free will. This is our lives. So it's like, what can you benefit from that pretty much doesn't promote self-sabotage? We have love spell here. It ties to emotional manipulation, love or hate. Okay, so this could be somebody evil eyeing a relationship, or this could be someone within that relationship evil eyeing their partner. But somebody's ascending. Tell me more about the karmic masculine. We got abandonment coming out in the reverse. Abandonment is tying to being left. Abandoned. And remember, we had talked about that other energy in the beginning where it was like fear of abandonment. Maybe this is even somebody who doesn't really like to be as vulnerable. And then we have the divine feminine here, which is all about someone who listens to their intuition, allows love, support, and blessings to come to them. Someone creative, soft, and expressive. Okay, this doesn't have to only tie to people, but it can tie to energies, okay, that everyone needs, right? Male, female, everybody could really need or benefit from the divine feminine energy, which is all about creativity, receptivity, intuition, nurturing. Okay, the divine feminine also signifies that you are healing, nurturing, or caring for yourself or others. And I did pick up on some type of energy of, with the Four of, was that the Four of Pentacles that came out in reverse in one of those decks? And it was saying something about like giving to others or something of the sort. The divine feminine is also of the energy of trusting your emotions and inner wisdom. Okay. It says attracting masculine energy. And remember, that's what I was talking about. Okay. So remember, that's what I was talking about earlier. Attracting a relationship, a healthier relationship. The Empress is connecting with the Emperor. The Emperor is connected with the Empress. The Queen and King of Cups is connecting, you know, finally, right? Especially after, you know, one was already in a toxic whatever the case may be, type of relationship and connection. So with this divine feminine energy, which can also be a people card, even though this is not tarot confirmation, reading this intuitively, this can also be an energy that you're being encouraged to be in. So if something is confusing, if something doesn't seem, ask yourself, am I trusting in my intuition? What is my intuition telling me? And speaking of that, we're about to get ready to end this collective. I'm going to pull these cards here to help the collective get a little bit more clarity and confirmation. All right. We got new and improved. Literally, somebody has literally changed. It says little to no progress. We literally talked about this. Confirmation, little to no progress. Either that's what's been going on, or that's what will be from like a certain situation. We got fake shit, ill, right? Whole lot of fake shit going on. As a person who's genuine, is giving ill, you know? Yeah, karma hitting hard. This is crazy work. Crazy work. Some of y'all, you about to become a believer again. Okay, because the signs gonna be hitting you left and right. The message is gonna be even more clear. The confirmations are gonna be confirmationing. Okay, but remember we was talking about this earlier. Somebody is experiencing karma real bad. All right, we got demanding or demand coming out. The answer is in your face. Remember, we literally was talking about this earlier when I said, hey, in the midst of the confusion and all this other stuff, the answers be there. Or I said something. I don't think it was that, but it says you got what it takes. Literally, you got to believe in yourself. You got to trust in yourself. It says curse a motherfucker out every once in a while. Don't feel bad. If the shoe was on the other foot, they will do what's best for them too. Yeah. It's giving God or goddess energy. We got living the dream. Literally. And then the word shady just came. It says, are you going to be a follower or leader? We got the cool mom or dad. We got shunned. Nothing really matters, okay? Unless you decide it does. Facts. When I wrote this, it was given nothing really matters. Like everything is like, eventually you live and then you pass away and then this and that. And it's like nothing really matters unless you decide it does. You give meaning to things, basically. All right. It says energy can be contagious. So be mindful who you sleeping with, connecting with, etc. Who you're around. It says people are... Okay, I guess I was in a blunt space when I wrote this, but it says people are, yes, yes. Let them. Don't take it personal. Right, if people are jackasses, let them be. Don't take it personal. If they were an angel, they would be an angel, but apparently that's not the energy they're exuding. So, look, it says business, not personal. Some of you guys, this is like business related. It's not personal life related, but for others, you guys, it's most definitely tied to your personal life. But don't take it personal, right? We got backpedaling. Some of y'all backpedaling. Virgo. A Virgo could be backpedaling. Maybe you backpedaling towards a Virgo. Maybe you got pregnant by a Virgo. Or something is being birthed and created. We got Aries here. The right way is your way. Okay? We got I want you. Confirmation, once again, picking up on that energy from somebody who wants to court you. Somebody who wants to marry you. Feel like you're wifey material. Somebody wants you. They have a desire or a passion for you. Okay? This is a secret admirer. This could be somebody who you're in separation from or separated from. Maybe you haven't met them. Maybe you did. Okay. Possibly due to some type of growth. Okay. This is possibly due to some type of growth. All right. This individual most definitely was stringing you along. So they're a karmic masculine. Remember, we talked about the karmic masculine energy. This person strings people along, whatever the case may be. All right. It says, walk and the path will appear. Stagnancy shall not live here no more. Okay, walk and the path will appear. All right, good luck, Charlie. Love that. You know how Charlie's sibling, she created the good luck, Charlie, whatever the case may be. And remember, going back to what I was saying, y'all ancestors or whomever, whatever, are like rooting for you as you're navigating life. And some of them are like, hey, because we know life can be hectic. We know when you maneuvering in life and then all this stuff going on, you know, that's why y'all are encouraged to do a spiritual cleanse. Okay? You're encouraged to do a spiritual cleanse, especially because you've been juggling a lot. Okay? This is something that is serious or that you should take serious. Or maybe you've just been very serious lately. And I feel like that's because it's a lot of emotional turmoil going on. So be mindful of the evil eyes. Do the spiritual cleanses. Okay, we got misjudged here. Somebody could have misjudged you. Maybe you've misjudged someone. Somebody caught out 11:11 earlier. Here it is. All right, this could be manifestations coming in, soulmate coming in, or confirmation to make a wish. Okay, it says do you. At the end of the day, do you. Any more messages here for the collective? It says hiding or feeling ashamed. And when you are doing you, do you fully, not half-ass, not inauthentically, fully live in that, okay? And don't be ashamed about it. All right, your intuition is most definitely significant. Third eye chakra. Maybe some of you guys, you could do some type of healing surrounding shame. All right, we got fuck wrong with them coming out. So if your intuition could be hand in hand with looking at motherfuckers beside the head, like, what's wrong with them? So it's like, you're not crazy, you're not tripping, you're not doing too much. All right, now it says they say you do too much, but you don't do enough. I just got done saying you don't. So it's like some people may feel like you do too much, but in actuality, you could do way more than however you have come off. You can do actually a lot more. So you don't do enough. It's not saying, oh, collective don't do shit, they don't do enough. No, it's saying, oh no, baby, I could do much more than what you claim is a lot. All right, fuck wrong with them. She said he lost his dog, he lost his home, he lost his car, he lost this, he lost that, he lost his job, he lost that relationship. She was like, have you ever met a man who lost his head? Okay, this is called Lost It by Haley Smalls. So, ooh, child. We got lack of accountability. So it's like, if people gonna say you do too much, let's take into account of why you are showing up how you showing up to begin with. And I remember this was a message that I was given possibly in the reading that I did earlier, or in this message like over an hour ago. I had mentioned that. All right, we got jackpot. So I probably said something that was like, oh, confirmation, or the jackpot is just significant. Okay, we got damsel in distress. Somebody feel like they hit the jackpot when they see a damsel in distress, because when you're in this energy, you're kind of like out of your power, you know? So confirmation, don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself. All right, we got kiss me through the phone, see you later on. Somebody like kiss me through the phone. Okay, somebody got a roster. This could be a roster of individuals. All right, it says telling you what it is and what it ain't. So this could be somebody who's upfront. They don't provide no confusion or illusion. It's giving this is this ain't that. It's giving somebody is straightforward, telling you what it is, telling you what it ain't. This could be your energy, or this could be other individuals. This could be what you're attracting. You could be attracting people who are committed. Okay, it says keep your friends close and your enemies under your blade. This is a quote by one of the fictional characters, Ash, on the game Apex Legends. You know how you usually hear keep your friends close and your enemies closer? It's like keep your friends close and your enemies under your blade. Keep your foot on their necks. Keep them under the blade and all. We got legal or court coming out again. A success. So something that's of the legal situation, justice will be served, whatever the case may be. I'm seeing maturity here as well. Somebody could be eventually maturing. All right, it says no pot to piss in, basically signifying the poverty energy, whether that's poverty mindset, literally being in the space of poverty, whatever the case may be. All right, and like I told y'all, a lot of y'all, this could be the individual's karma. Okay, it says drop that zero, be your own hero. Yeah, because they done burned the bridges. Okay, drop that zero, be your own hero. These people done burnt the bridges. They playing victim. Some people are, you know, alcoholics, or they have certain addictions. All right, and they be want to come in with an apology. Got the throat chakra here. Somebody want to apologize, or they apologize, or whatever the case may be. We got dedication and nonchalant. I feel like somebody is still prone to being exactly who they are, though. It says you do or think of what nobody else do or think. Bask in your autonomy and greatness. Literally, appreciate yourself. That authenticity, that uniqueness. Okay? You are divinely guided. You bring out the best in them. People who you come across, who you have came across. All right? Believe in the impossible. All right? Believe in the impossible. We got clueless and damaged out here. Somebody clueless and damaged. Damn. All right? It says your cutoff game is crucial. Literally. This shit, life or death. Okay. Any more messages here for the collective? We got romanticizing. Somebody could be romanticizing a situation. Okay? Maybe somebody is not taking it serious. You cutting them off. All right. It says, is that God talking or the devil persuading? I love this, because that's literally what I was feeling like in the beginning of the message. Not the beginning, but, you know, about 30 minutes ago or so. I had picked up on that energy. I was like, I don't know if I want to share this message, because I personally feel like, is this a message of divinity, or is this a message of this guy, which was the devil card? I was holding up the devil card. So confirmation, it's like, is that God talking or the devil persuading? Okay, and I put my name at the bottom because I literally like thought of that and wrote it down. Any more messages here for the collective? It says someone unworthy of you. So we already know someone coming out in the spread is someone who's potentially unworthy of you. Okay, could be a Capricorn. All right, it doesn't have to be. Capricorn is an earth sign. It says you are a 10 out of 10. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, you could be a Sagittarius or have these placements. Maybe the other individual could have Capricorn placements. I'm seeing childhood friendships are significant. Somebody could think that you're a 10 out of 10. This could be a childhood friend. All right, it says fucking over a good person will never end well. Count your days. I'm literally telling you, people who are messing over good people, it don't matter who they are, they better count their days, because karma is about to be boxing, knocking, KO. I'm trying to tell you, some people are already experiencing it. All right, it says your money, it says it's your money, use it when you need it. It's your money, use it when you need it. You can do anything you put your mind to. Okay, We got one too many mistakes. Somebody has been making one too many mistakes. All right. Maybe they were curious. Maybe you're curious. All right. Somebody is focusing on themselves. Be bold as you're so focused. Or be so focused and be bold. All right. You are doing the best you can, and that's all that matters. Literally. Like, give yourself some grace, okay? You give everybody grace, give yourself some grace. We got the 5th house coming out here. So we're going to see, what does the 5th house signify? All right, so the 5th house is the natural house of pleasure, creativity, romance, and self-expression, often called the house of pleasure. It governs how you have fun, your inner child, dating, hobbies, sports, and the creative projects or children you bring into the world. Okay? Creativity and art, romance and dating, children and progeny, fun and play. Okay? Zodiac sign of the 5th house is usually Leo. The ruling planet is usually the sun. Okay. Yeah. So what zodiac sign is on your 5th house cusp? Okay. Are there any planets located in your 5th house? Because that can help break down this energy a lot more for you guys. But that's something that you can do with your own research and everything else. For now, I'll just leave it at that. Any more messages here for the collective? Any more confirmations? It says, take it with a grain of salt. Any more confirmations here for the collective? All right. There's work to be done. Confirmation for the collective regarding this karmic masculine. It says connected in spirit. This could be somebody who you have a soul contract with, who you're connected with in spirit. Any more messages in terms of this karmic relationship? This is somebody who you may have anxiety towards, who you may give anxiety. Any more messages towards this karmic relationship? We have fame. This could be a situation that's well known. Maybe the people involved in the connection there's some type of fame here. Any more messages in terms of this karmic masculine? It says you are not the same. I feel like after experiencing this with this individual, you are not the same, or something of the sort is very significant. Any more messages here for the collective? Someone has fallen ill. It could be you. It could be someone else. Any more messages here for the collective? It says it's all fun and games till the rabbits got the gun. Literally. All right. A few more messages here. It says you deserve nothing but the best. We got he say, she say out here. And it says your health will incline. Love that. Answer that call or nudge. Okay? It's your call. It's your call to answer that call or nudge. All right? We got tread lightly. Tread lightly. Gemini energy here. Somebody fed up. I've been nice for way too long. Let me show you somebody, look. Libra. Okay. Thank you so much, Ash. The holidays are significant. Okay, the holiday that's coming up is Halloween. Because we're in August. Yes, birthdays can even be holidays, I guess. We have pillow talking. Pillow talking. Somebody gonna be pillow talking on the holidays. It says, let them miss you. Period. Let people miss you. Let them grieve the loss of you. You are in control. Your ancestors are proud of you. Your ancestors are keeping tabs on you, or somebody else is keeping tabs on you. Your hard work will tabs on you, or somebody else is keeping tabs on you. Your hard work will pay off. Your hard work will pay off. They heard you the first time. Stop repeating yourself. Thank you so much, Ash. All right, mother figures are significant. Maybe your mother figure heard you the first time. Maybe an Aquarius is a mother figure. It doesn't have to be. All right, we got justice, no peace. Justice, no peace. All right, we got expose or exposure. Provide yourself enlightenment, especially after this exposure. It says, you too powerful for that shit. You too powerful for that shit. Ooh, we about to go through the whole deck or what? Okay, somebody could be going another route. Or it could be encouraged. All right, we got the father figures coming out as well. It says, you will meet again. You will meet again. All right, people lie. Don't be so naive. Okay? People lie. Don't be so naive. Last card, calm down. Think first before action. Calm down. Think first before action. And use your free will. All right, that's the messages that I have for you guys. If you ever want to schedule your own personal read, you can just email me at thealigned_co. If you're wanting to get on the list, please make sure you send me a DM, or like I said, you can just email me and I can do you a private reading. Readings are typically $60, but it can also vary depending on the length of your read. So that's like the standard price for a regular reading. If you want a smaller portion reading, that's also available for $35. I have $10 and $20 questions, because sometimes the questions that you guys ask, it most definitely could turn into a reading. So depending on your reading, depends on, you know, how that goes. But I don't just provide tarot and oracle readings. I am also a wise counsel, aside from a divination practitioner, and many more things. I provide advice in many areas of one's life. And if you're ever looking for mentorships, wise counseling, life coaching, things of that sort, make sure you reach out to me. You can also schedule a free consultation so we can know exactly what works best for you. If it's tarot and oracle, or if it's some of my more in-depth and even long-term services. You can also get those long-term as far as 30 days, and you know, you can even sign up again and it could be another, you know, 30 days, right? Now, this was all the energy that was significant. Of course, there's many more messages that could be significant, but I was called to pretty much go ahead and stop right there. But I'll pull one more card for this collective. The world is your oyster. One more card for this collective. We got back and forth. Okay, tell me more about that. We got mental anguish. It's probably why there's a lot of back and forth going on. It's a lot of mental anguish. Okay, somebody is fed up. Okay, I'm seeing rewards or blessings. Okay, you guys don't have to get a personal message so we can, you know, really get into it for real. But that's pretty much what I'm saying for you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. This video